this is Aromie here. Welcome back to our live Baxter DLC. We are here. Going to talk to Jude and Scott first. Earlier, Miranda had propped her phone on a side table and angled the camera towards the dance floor. It was a relief that your long-distance host hadn't hung up. You hadn't gotten a chance to properly say goodbye. When you peeked into their tiny rectangle world, you saw Scott and Jude pushing each other's shoulder back and forth to the rhythm of music while whispering among each other. It gave the impression of proud parents watching their many children in School Musical. You stood there smiling at the screen. Scott was the first to catch your presence.
Oh,
look! You pressed a hand to Jude's chest to stop him in place. Hi, Michiko. Yo, how you doing? I'm good. Thank you again for the party. What? It's nothing.
Seriously?
It's nothing because we did nothing for it. Sorry, honeymoon. That's not true. It was nice of you to let us have it at your house. Yeah, don't trash the place. Or if you do, clean it up before we can see it. You're crazy, Grant. The freckled newlywed snorted and bumped Scott with his shoulder again. Seriously, where did this party animal come from?
The thing is,
nothing teaches you to understand what it means to have an event than planning one yourself, Jude. It's hard work and you've got to enjoy it. I hear you. Jude playfully rolled his eyes away from Scott, then his gaze set on you. Hey, Michiko, you know how me and Scott got to know each other? Oh, you met in a game, right? Yep, it was sheer luck. Scott eagerly jumped in on the topic. Twice? What do you mean? He means we didn't get it the first time. We were playing a shooter online and got randomly put against each other in a game. My team lost and sucked, but I did alright. Come on, it was more than alright. Jude was the best player there. After a while, I wasn't even competing against the whole team. It was just him. We might have won the game, technically, but in terms of one-on-one results, I was only second place. So I did what any guy who likes a challenge would do. I sent him a friend request ASAP. Jude accepted it that same day. Two men had different reactions to the walk down memory lane. Oh, he's blushing! Jude lowered his chin bashfully, which made it possible to see him scratching his head at the top of the screen. Scott was grinning boldly. He pulled his glasses further up his nose. I can't even remember why I did. I normally wouldn't bother. It was cool he saw me personally as a competition. I guess it made me see him that way too. You guys are so cute. That's about what you imagined so far, based on little you knew of their history. They were people from different places brought together by hapstance, based on shared interest. It was impressive they made an impression on each other after a single game. But that couldn't be the end of things. You waited as the two gathered their focus. Oh, where was I? That's right. Jude and I played games occasionally over a few months. Although always against each other, never talking. That probably wouldn't have changed if it was up to us. We were two warriors who'd cross swords before continuing our own separate journeys. But we got lucky again. One night when I was playing in a totally different game, a guy with the same username came up. But this time, it was on my team. There was a voice chat then, so I asked if he was the person I kinda knew. I was that person. That was the first time I heard Jude. It blew my mind. Scott and Jude were excited at that point, as if they were experiencing the realization for the first time again. The odds though? That's pretty slim, I feel, to have like an online friend that, well, not even online friend, he's just an online acquaintance on one game and you find him on another game. I feel like those chances are pretty slim.
Yeah.
We were cracking up in chat. It had to be annoying to whoever else was there and just wanted to play. They kicked us out. The rest of the story came out in a flurry of back and forths. They tag teamed, telling you they tag team telling you like they probably worked together in games. Is that poof? I didn't care about the round anyway. We kept playing stuff ourselves the entire night. The hours flew by. It was ridiculously fun, and we figured out we were almost the same age and had really similar tastes in games, and not so much with other things.
And?
Though much later we learned we had something else pretty important in common. We're both gay. Now we're married. I guess you could say the rest is history. Thanks for telling me. That's so cute. That's so cute.
Thanks.
And Michiko, good luck with your own dude you randomly ran into. I get why Baxter's sticking around. I can't believe you came to this party. I didn't think it'd be that easy, but that's great. You're good to your friends, Michiko. Or your friends and your new boyfriend. I can't believe that one either. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I don't think that Baxter and I have that much interest. Except like an agreement that we don't like the ocean that much. I'm glad I got to spend more time with you. One more time, congratulations, I'll miss you too. I hope you take care of yourselves over there. Remember, I'm not just friends with Miranda or Baxter, you're my friends too.
Thanks.
I feel the same way about you. That's right. Then you carefully set the phone down so the husbands could continue their own dancing. Alright, Tara and Miranda, get your butts over here. The other happy couple was dancing. Terry was leading Miranda in a properly formal back and forth step. You waited for them to finish before speaking up. Hi, Ichiko. Hey, bud. Do you have time to talk a little?
Fun.
Definitely. I've been waiting to talk to you. Thanks again for coming here and doing all of this. I know it wasn't much of a vacation, but maybe you had some fun. I did. This has been amazing. It was more than just fun. It was life-changing. I wouldn't have missed this, and I'm lucky I didn't. It was life-changing. There wasn't a hint of exaggeration in your statement. June and Scott's wedding was something you were going to remember forever no matter what. But the trip back to the era you grew up in had been an irreplaceable experience in another, entirely unpredictable way. Miranda, Terry, and you didn't have to vocalize it. You knew what the quiet meant. Each one of you had gotten a new friend as a reward for participating. And for you, he became more than a friend. It was truly wonderful. Then Terry concluded the silent moment with a contented sigh.
Preposterous.
I'd say our latest endeavors have been great successes, both in personal relationships and our careers. Randy put a hand on her hip and leveled an amusedly unimpressed glance. Here we go again. Yes, as party planners. How many amazing batches have we thrown at this point? I've lost count. 3, Terry. You've contributed to 3 celebrations. Unless you count the summer soiree as a separate thing, then it's 4. Impressive. How has that event company Baxter works at not offered us positions yet? Before Miranda could get in a word on how she felt about this new direction in life she was being volunteered for, Terry's face went completely deadpan.
Nah.
That is a joke, people. I'm unavailable for future party planning committees for at least a year. The comebacks on the tip of Randy's tongue died, replaced entirely by giggles. You'd burst into laughter too.
That's cool.
Good, because I'm not either. Next time, let's hire Baxter from the start. Here. Well, I appreciate the last party you ever put on. It's top notch. I'm gonna miss you so much. It was great to blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. Oh, thanks. Me too.
Agreed.
Same here. At least we're going out with a bang. You and your buddies had fun together for the length of one song, and then you broke off to mingle further. Cove! My first love. He was smiling as you neared. Hey, can we talk? Yeah. You both shuffled towards one wall. It was wise to get out of the way. On the other side of the room, Terry ended up taking Baxter for a spin. Miranda was snapping pictures. Well, they looked to be having fun. Oh, Cove. Dude, Cove is so handsome. Cove had to look at you through eyes squinted along the bottom, since his cheeks were lifted high from his chin. We finally get to see each other without everyone else for a change. Well, they're still here, but at least they're doing other things. He tilted his chin in the direction of the 2 models, cutting a rug in front of the photographer, catching every angle of it. If you recalled right, Randy's cousin was the photographer at the wedding, perhaps a friend in the family. You and Cove refocus at the same second. You'd known each other for enough years to have that level of synchronization. You could instinctively feel when a pause would end. Anyway, how have you been? Since when we saw each other at the wedding and right now, it kind of feels like way more happened than usual. I'm good. What about you? I'm good too now. You hadn't missed that little now. Cove tacked on the end.
So...
I hope you liked the party. I think you all did a great job.
I'm so glad.
Cove, oh my god. Cove, how are we supposed to move on from you? Cool, then it was worth it. We spent most of the day putting it together. The food, and decorations and stuff. Cove's eyes rested closed as he released a long, tired breath. I really didn't know what I was missing when I only half took part in this sort of thing. Then he shot you a bit smile and angled those wavy brows of his. I was definitely right to be too busy to help much all those other times. I can't English right now. Sorry if it sounds like I am not sure what I'm reading, because I definitely am not sure what I'm reading, but I'm reading it anyway. Thanks for being here. I really am happy I got to see you again, even for a short time. Cove melted sweetly. No matter how many years you knew each other, nothing was more reassuring to him than you. Aw. Me too. Oh, and thanks for making me a goodie bag. That was great. You're welcome. Thank you for helping with the snacks here. Neither of you needed to affirm affirm what you already knew. You merely had to appreciate it. After that, you continued to chat, reminiscing about previous parties you'd attended while growing up and guessing which events you might be guests at next. Eventually, you parted ways. You wanted to find the man you'd come with, and Cove preferred to stay where he was. Hello, my love. finally reunited with Baxter. Though finally might have been too strong a thought. It'd been maybe 20 minutes. It was not another 5-year reunion. Something like that would never happen again. It better fucking not. Baxter hadn't said a word yet, and neither had he, but he was already smirking. Hello, Michiko. You're at this lovely soiree as well. What a coincidence. Next thing I know, I'll find you in my very own bed. You possibly. You snapped your head back and forth, wondering if anyone else heard. Baxter could take you to previously unknown levels of embarrassment.
Darling.
Oh. Sorry, darling. He called you darling. Bruh, we're ascending. It's okay.
Now.
Might I ask you for a dance? You may. Absolutely. Oh, yes, I like that. I don't really want you. Yes, you want it. Okay. Absolutely. He calls us darling? Bruh. You held out your hand for him. Baxter accepted without a second's hesitation, and your first dance together of the day began. Around you, Terry and Miranda shared another dance of their own. Baxter had a new partner, keeping him busy. Also, the two of them loved each other and wanted to be together, and Cove was content to keep watch. He'd never been a fancy-footed guy. I remembered it. No one pressured him to do something he wouldn't want to. I certainly do owe the group my thanks. It doesn't matter that we went out only the night before. I'm grateful to every opportunity for this. Yeah. This might have been the Adams living room, but the atmosphere really had changed. Baxter's face was bright even in the low light, thanks to the way the dangling fairy strands caught his eyes. That, coupled with the gentle piano floating through the air, transported you to a grand ballroom. But the most significant aspect that had swept away was the fact that you were there with Baxter Ward. He could enchant you anywhere in the world, and for a moment you forgot there were others in the room. One song blended into another as the night continued on and on. Eventually, however, the gang decided to let their dancing feet rest and return to the snacks. Baxter wasn't hungry. Instead, he wondered if he could get some fresh air. "It's your party," was Jude's succinct reply. With that, Baxter politely excused himself from the room. He made eye contact with you as he passed. That was an opening to join him if you'd ever seen one. Subtle wasn't usually his forte, but he could make use of it when needed. You made your own explanations and left the gathering. Outside, Baxter was waiting for you on the sidewalk in front of the Adams house. He had his hands deep in his pockets while gazing at the starry sky. Night had fallen over and the world while you've been dancing. You came to his side and Baxter began to speak. Without turning his head, he knew it was you.
You know.
Honestly, I was feeling out of my element, not so surprisingly. Parties might be my forte in general, but my wealth of experience with social gatherings doesn't extend further than being cordial to near strangers. Hang out in a group of friends. My skills are rusty to say the least. There's nothing wrong with that, Baxter. At least you'll have plenty of chances to get more used to it in the future. It's okay, I feel that way sometimes too. There's nothing wrong with that, Baxter. His chin lowered and his shoulder raised. A pleasant little smile grew along Baxter's face. Then he swept an arm through the still warm air of California summer. Well, here we are, in the middle of an unassuming neighborhood street I happen to be visiting. For all my intentions of being intriguing, a good amount of the moments we've spent together have been in a similar setting to this, haven't they? We met on your street. Many of our best laid plans were imagined there. It's where I asked you out for the first time. And of course I parted ways with you while standing in the road between our two homes at that time. Don't remind me. When you first arrived on that street only a week ago to help prepare a wedding, you never imagined where it would lead. How you could be there in the exact spot it started and have everything be different now. Baxter continued to gently muse. I suppose that was part of the issue. I didn't consider myself appealing enough as a person to be worth the time. So I wanted the support of an exciting and interesting backdrop for meetings. But it shouldn't matter that much where you are if you enjoy who you're with. That's true, Baxter. I'm just happy to spend time with you. His eyes closed, too bashful to meet your bold-faced affection directly, but Baxter let it wash over him.
Truthfully.
I'm thankful I was wrong about you, and mostly myself. I'm also Jude's and Scott's relationship. I'll always be grateful that they lasted after all, for their sake and for ours. The quiet pause forming was completely shot with two mismatching jingles going off. Baxter's phone and yours got notifications at the same time. The group chat. Baxter muttered, lifting one brow. You reached for your devices to check. He was correct. Randy, Terry, and Co had started streaming in messages. Each one was identical. An emote of champagne glasses clinking. And then Miranda added a couple more from Jude and Scott, she noted. Then for good measure, Terry started spamming champagne glasses. Baxter snorted as the gang gave this digital cheers. If you had to guess, you'd single out Miranda as the person behind this, not only because she messaged first, but because it was just the kind of small sweet gesture she'd pull. Friday must have been brainstorming some way to make Baxter's offhanded remark come true since he'd made it. And she found a lot of success with the idea. Baxter was still grinning like a schoolboy at his screen.
Bravo.
They certainly do have the spirit of pro event planners, finding possibilities to make a celebration special even if the circumstances aren't what the guests originally imagined. This is where we are going to stop for today's episode. Bye, Derek. I'm so sad. Derek is like bottom tier. Cove, Baxter, and Derek. That is my ranking. I know it's not over yet, but that's my for sure ranking. I don't think it's gonna get randomly adjusted. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.